Hello, beautiful soul. Still here in Sicily for another couple of days, and this spot was amazing. Really enjoyed spend time here. Today's Saturday, so I have encountered more people than the usual in the beach because in here no one is here, and I can really enjoy my space and my solitude, but mostly because in this period of my life I feel the urge to get naked, stay naked in nature when with no one around for like miles, and so I couldn't enjoy the beach by myself today, but that's okay. I've noticed that I was getting too attached to the fact of getting naked, and just being always by myself, and no one around. I mean, that's fine. I love that, but it doesn't. I don't have to depend. I don't have to get attached, to that condition, because otherwise, I am depending on something external to me, like my peace and my joy. It's coming from outside. So I just stopped and I realized, oh, whoa, 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 here we are going in a wrong direction. Let's just recenter ourselves and understand that, as beautiful as it is, and as it feels good, as much as it feels good right now, like it, I have to go in first. And then eventually I can choose to do anything else. But whether I do it, I can do it or I cannot, like, it doesn't really change the state of my being, which is a choice, which is which is a result coming from a connection you have established with the truth, the presence. Because the presence is one. I can be present, but like the presence that I'm connected to is the same of the presence of somebody else. It changes just in the degrees of how connected you are. Anyway, in today's video, I want to talk about how people can get scared of you. Of you meaning someone that has awakened, that is awakening. Because it's like the majority of people which are unconscious have made an unspoken agreement about many things in life, but generally speaking, an unspoken agreement to stay unconscious. And it's so weird. It happened many times in my life till now. Like you can see, like it happened to me when I was at the beginning in this journey, and like I was connecting with what's around me, with what's inside me, with the whole, you know, and I was going to people that had nothing to do with this kind of teachings and realization, and tell them, I wanted to tell everybody, and they would fucking look at me, and I could see a body reaction, coming from the ego that says, I didn't come here in this earth to awake. I want to stay asleep. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear no more from you. No more. but they were saying these not verbally, like with their body. I could understand this. Uh, in a sense, hey, I know what you're saying is truth, but I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear it. There's too much work to do. I'm not ready for this. Maybe in another lifetime, let me live unconscious, please. Like that was the kind of message I sensed in and in their body language, in their vibrate, in their energy, in their in their energy shifting, in the shift of their energy. You know what I mean. So yes, and it's crazy. You sometimes you really feel people like your light is too bright for them. They cannot look at you. And this is not something to boast about, because it can happen that maybe your ego is still there. Of course, it's gonna always be there, unless you become really enlightened, I guess. I don't know. But still, we still have an ego, even if we are in this process. And you gotta be humble also about that. And that helps you actually to have to develop such a compassion, a true compassion for other people, because you're still at some level on the same ship of them. So you can sense that your energy is too much for many people. They don't know what to do. Like it's your awareness, it's too much. Your consciousness is too much. They want to stay unconscious, and they want to stay in the dark. And imagine you are sleeping, you're sleeping in a dark place, and someone comes in with a fucking light, with a fucking uh yeah, with a fucking light so bright, or someone just maybe everything is, your windows are closed, you're sleeping, and someone come in the room and just open the curtain and the window, and the sun come in, like comes in suddenly, and you said, what the fuck, I don't get the fuck out, close everything, I want to sleep, I want darkness. That's the kind of effect that you can have on people. Your light is too much, they want to stay in the darkness, and they will gradually come to the light, but slowly. And your light right now can be so much. Maybe someone else who is just get started in that journey can help them more. So that's why I think it is a mistake that I did, and I want just to make it, just to put your awareness on these things, because maybe you can do it. Uh, you can skip that mistake that I made, and that many people uh, make, which is like, do what you can. Like if you feel like you need to help someone, like you feel called to help one way or another. It could be like through content or whatever, because I had this idea about creating content for a very long time, and I know that if I had put some content out back then, even though they were not so accurate, they were not a true understanding of it, and maybe I would have said some bullshit. Probably I'm saying some bullshit right now, but still, those bullshit can be helpful to connect with someone, and then from there, you just rise up together. Maybe in that bullshit you're saying there is a piece of truth that can still be helpful for you, that you are for you and for the people who are hearing it. So as long as you are humble and you have good intention and you're doing the work, because just good intention, it's not enough. Because if you think about it, like how many parents have good intention for their children, but because they don't do the work and they act out of ignorance, they do bad things to their children, even though they're thinking it's good for them. So always do the work, and always just be aware that what you say is not law, it's not the truth, the absolute truth. It's just something that you are trying to say and to deliver and to give to yourself and others to get there. Like you're just collecting whatever you can to rise up, but what you are collecting is not the truth. It's something that helps you go there. So don't get attached to what you say or to what you teach. And another thing that can be said about this is that when we start this journey,